Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Sunday, I hope you've had the most amazing weekend and that you're having the most amazing Sunday ever. And today we are building in San Myshuno and we are renovating the 1310 21 Chic Street apartment and we are turning it into a stylish studio apartment. Name to be confirmed. I am currently doing the voiceover a couple of hours before the speed build will be posted, so I may well come up with a new name. But with this apartment, it's really simple. There's one bathroom and then there's just a huge open plan living, kitchen and bedroom space, which I've done once before on the channel quite a long time ago, and I wanted to just try and do it again. So we are currently working on the kitchen area. As you can see, I had already done the floor plan before the speed build began, just because I didn't really know what I wanted this apartment to look like. And you will see here, you've already seen a very brief video introduction of the apartment before the speed build started, and I have changed the swatches around. Initially I wanted to go for very natural wood tones and then like greens and turquoises. And then I went in a completely different direction because I changed the swatch of the kitchen countertops and I went for a darker wood, and then I essentially just built the entire apartment around the kitchen. So I didn't really know what theme or what colour scheme I wanted to go for with this apartment initially, so this is what we ended up with. And you can see here I downloaded a bunch of art from the gallery, which I don't usually do, but I did it a few weeks ago when I did my retro diner. And I wanted to try and do it again with this apartment because I wanted it to be, although it's very dark wood tones, I wanted it to be very earthy. And so I found the most incredible gallery art. So I will link the usernames down below, the gallery IDs of anyone's art that I used. But I think I only used 2 different people's. So I think I used 3 sets from one person and 1 set from another person. And I think they look absolutely incredible. They are definitely very much my art style in real life, so I decided to just bring that into this apartment. And the kitchen is by far my favorite room in this entire apartment. I think this came out so nicely, and it's definitely a color scheme that I don't think I've ever done before. So I feel like there's kind of a mixture of beiges, dark wood tones, and then like some soft pastel colors and like maybe pops of like dusky pink, but it's very subtle. And I just think it looks really nice. It looks really homey, really inviting, and yeah, I'm really happy with how this one came out. And as always, I do clutter up the counter spaces quite a bit, but I do leave 1 counter space free so that your Sims can cook in this in this kitchen. And then you will see me, there's a lot of clutter in this apartment and there's a lot of detailing that goes into this apartment. So although I'm having a look at the footage on my screen right now, so I think the speed build itself is around maybe 13 minutes. So it didn't take me that long to build, and I'm posting this today because I've been working on my Moroccan style house for a few days at this point, and I'm not struggling with the architectural style, but I'm just trying to get it right, and so it's taking me a lot longer to finish the house than I had originally anticipated. And so I decided, rather than not post a speed build at all, I was kind of in the mood to do an apartment anyway, so I've come away from the Moroccan house. I've just stepped back from that for a little while, and I thought I'd just jump in game today and make an apartment. So we ended up coming up with this, and the Moroccan house should be up within the next week. That's the plan anyway. And I know I have an upload schedule in place where I upload every Wednesday and every Sunday. Unfortunately, at the moment, I haven't been able to do that. So it's just because I'm busy with work and real life stuff. But anyway, the Moroccan house is coming, and so that's why you're getting an apartment speed build today. So I really hope you enjoy this one. This is probably one of my favorite apartments that I've done for a long time. So I really hope you guys have some use for this and that you have a sim in mind. So the living space, although it looks quite big, because I've used platforms in this apartment to sort of outline where the bedroom or the bedroom area is, it's actually quite an odd shape. So I thought when I did the floor plan, I was like, oh, actually there's quite a bit of space here. So when I got into it, I decided to cram this. I mean, it's nice, it's a very well decorated space, but it's not very big. So we put the living space in this area here, and then on the other wall as you walk in, we've put a very chic desk area, so I can't wait to show you that one. So that will come up in the next couple of minutes. But again, using some gallery art here, and I just think it looks so good. And we're using one of the new candles from the new Courtyard Oasis kit, and I just thought it worked really well in this apartment, and not necessarily because the apartment depicts that style, just because I just thought it looked nice. And so we end up using the sofa and the chair from Snowy Escape as well, and this is easily one of my favourite chairs, and it's because it's got that throw over it. I just think it looks so nice. And I love this light that we put in. This light, I can never remember which pack this light's from, but I actually use it quite a lot. When I look back on my builds, I'm like, I really need to start using a different light fixture, but I just thought it worked really well in this space. And although I'm not entirely sure what kind of interior design this apartment is, I've just named it like stylish because it's kind of stylish. So that's what we've gone for. And now we're working on the desk area here. Now I am pinching an idea from my friend April, aka Miss Simrino. I know she's done this on her channel as well, so I'm a bit rusty here because it's something that I've never done before. But what you do is you put a computer or a laptop on a desk, you size the desk down, and then you put it, you can do it on an angle or you can put it on a shelf like this, and then you just cover it with a footstool or whatever you want to cover it with so that you can't see the desk. And although I've seen other people do it, I definitely learnt how to do it from April. So thank you very much for the idea. I hope you don't mind me pinching it. But I just thought it worked quite well in this apartment, again, because we're going for more of a stylish kind of look. And so this is what we ended up with. And then I ended up sort of creating my own area in terms of the desk. So the desk is floating, but then I put some items from the Eco Lifestyle pack to try and make it look like it's a sort of unit. So I think that looks quite nice. And again, going in with some gallery art here, I believe this is from a different person to the ones that are currently in the kitchen and the living space, but I just thought they worked so well. I love the colours, I love the design. I think we need more art like this in the game itself, because I just love using gallery art in my builds. It makes them look very unique, and I think it works really well in this space. And so we're pretty much wrapping up the office area here, and I even end up fitting in a washing machine and a dryer into the hallway, which I was actually really impressed with. And then you'll just see me here messing around and deciding which bits I want and which bits I won't use. So obviously you can't work on the bedroom with like a big wall in the way, so the only way that I could think to use the gallery art was to just put them all on one wall and then just shove them all to one side of the apartment that I wasn't working on. I don't know if there's an easier way to do it because I don't use it very often, so that's just the way that I decided to do it. We actually end up leaving the bedroom area to do the hallway and the bathroom, and then we revisit the bedroom area nearer the end of the video just to add some more clutter and some more bits to make it look more lived in, because at this point I was like, I like the idea of this bedroom on a platform, but because my bedrooms in the past haven't been as strong as the rest of my builds, I was kind of concerned that this would kind of let the apartment down, and I was upset because I kind of liked how it all looked and I didn't want the bedroom to let it down. So I ended up just adding some more items, and I think it just looks a lot better. And I can't actually remember which piece of artwork we put above the bed. I think it's the one that I always use, and again, I can't, is it from the fitness pack? It's the one with like it's black and white and it's got like a mountain in it, I think. That one there. It's not even a mountain, it's just like a nature whatever. I end up using that, and I use that a lot. But I also use this very nice mirror from the Jungle Adventure pack just because it was the right swatch. So I'm trying to sort of link in the blacks, the dark wood tones with the bedroom too, because obviously it's all open plan. So if this was a completely different colour scheme, it would look out of place and it wouldn't look quite right. So I end up just trying to link it all together by using the same colour schemes and kind of the same design. So I hope I pulled this off. But we do end up changing some bits around here, so what you see here isn't what we end up finishing with. So don't panic just yet. I know you're probably thinking, ooh, this isn't very good so far, because I'm looking back and thinking exactly the same thing, and that's exactly why I went back to it, to add some more stuff. And so we end up just adding some clutter items here. I also changed this. That flower piece is from the Snowy Escape pack as well, I believe, but I end up changing that out as well. But it's been a really long time since I've used platforms in an apartment, and I know it makes them really difficult to upload to the gallery, But what I may well end up doing is just uploading it as one room, and then you guys can put the platforms in yourselves when you've downloaded it, or you can not put the platforms in. It'll be entirely up to you whether you want to keep them in or not, but it is fully functional, and I think it looks better because it divides the space, I think. So unless you wanted to put some like half walls up or something, I don't know what you'd want to do with it, but there are some half walls on the left hand side there that stop where the platform sort of goes into two parts. So anyway, I'll completely leave that one up to you. So I'm just having a pan around the apartment and thinking, okay, what can I change? Because I wasn't in love with it at this point. The only part I was in love with was the kitchen. And so I kept going back and just being like, right, okay, so how can I change this? And now we just step back and we work on the bathroom, which is very, very simple. And it is the only bathroom in the apartment because it's a very small apartment. So I would envision either one sim or a couple of sims living here because there would literally be no space for any more. So it would be ideal if you've got a sim who's maybe working in the city and they've got a bit of style and they like nice things. So this apartment will probably be quite suitable for a sim like that. But although the bathroom is nothing special, I do actually really like how it came out because I'm trying to just keep all the colour schemes going throughout the build, and I think we pretty much nailed that with this bathroom, which is always a bonus. And then, as I said, we ended up putting a washing machine and a tumble dryer just in here because I just thought that was a really good idea to utilise the space a bit better, and it's quite realistic too. So this is where we go back to the bedroom and just start adding some different items from primarily the Tiny Living stuff pack. You guys know how much I love these. I call them poofers. Obviously, I don't know the technical term for them, but I call them poofers. So we end up adding 2 of them, and I know there's one near the bed as well, the end of the bed, but you can never have too many poofers. I think in this apartment there's actually 4. Wow, I might have overdone it in this one. But as you can see here, this already is starting to look a lot better than it was. There's just a bit more about it now. There's more colour and there's just more going on visually, so I just think it works a lot better. And then I'm just having a look around and seeing what I can change, what I can add to just make it look a bit more interesting. And then I end up changing the swatches in the living room slightly, just because I wasn't happy with how these ones looked. But we are pretty much finishing up today here, everyone, so thank you so very much for joining me here today. This apartment is available to download from the gallery. My origin ID, of course, is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description below. You can grab them from SimFileShare. But thank you again for joining me here today, everyone, and I will see you next week when I post my next speed build. Take care, bye!
You take my life.